Hello everyone. So I have my Eigenharp Pico now about a day, give or take a couple of hours, and several people have already asked me after my unboxing video to record my first impressions about the instrument. So let's go over that right now. So this is the Pico, right? It's connected through a USB cable that you can turn around a hook on the back so that you cannot accidentally pull it out. And this is where you plug the USB cable in. And then this USB cable goes up to your Macintosh computer. In this case, this is a 17-inch MacBook Pro. You can gauge the size of the Pico. So it's actually, if you collapse the breath pipe, because you can collapse it, if you collapse the breath pipe, it's actually it's maybe smaller than a 15-inch MacBook Pro, which makes it extremely portable. You can actually just stuff it into your laptop bag, I think, without any trouble. So my setup here is I'm using a Metric Halo ULN2 audio interface, but the Eigenharp Pico also works with the built-in sound card of the Mac. So this mobile I/O audio interface runs through FireWire and is currently powered by FireWire. I'm running everything off of battery power at the moment, which is very neat also. I'm plugged in here with earphones so that I can hear myself play, and that I'm able to record my voice with an external microphone that is also connected through the ULN2. So this is the neck strap of the Pico, and I attached my headset to the neck strap. And this little hook, you can like hook it into the back of the Pico. And there are several other things at the back here. You've got two, how do you call this, thumb rest thingies. So this allows you to actually maintain the Pico with your thumbs. Personally, well, maybe it's just a matter of taste or getting used to it. It feels a little bit weird to me, like kind of puts too much weight on my thumbs while I'm playing. I just prefer at the moment to just let it hang and to rest my thumbs against the back here and then use the keys here at the front. So at the moment you can see that the Pico is not turned on, it's totally black and no sound is happening. So to be able to do that, you have to launch the EigenD software application. And when that starts up, like takes 20 or 30 seconds to start up, it will actually initialize the entire environment. And initially I thought to myself, wow, it takes a long time to start up. Why can't it just be immediately ready? And then I realized that there's actually a whole lot going on in the EigenD environment. So it allows you to set up loops. You can save your entire performance in one click with all the instruments that you've configured, all the scales, all the loops and recordings that you made. And you can just load all those in with one click and continue playing or start your performance. So it's actually very handy to get all that power. You can see now that the Pico has turned on. There are 3 buttons that are lit. The bottom 2 buttons allow you to change the octave of the playing keys, and this button allows you to turn on the drums. So this is the breath pipe. To select an instrument with the Pico, you have this mode key here. And the mode key is something that you will use a lot. It allows you to flick through any kind of configuration just by touching the instrument without actually ever going to the interface. Okay. There is a browser on the interface that you can turn on. This is a little something that is a little bit annoying about the current version of the software, is that you have to manually turn the browser on before you can see it. And it's quite crude in terms of application functionality. So it is clearly a 1.0 software release with some quirks and user interface issues, but it's quite functional. The nice thing is that the Eigenlabs team is very interactive and seems to be putting out new releases quite quickly and really asks the current users what their thoughts are, and they want to try to improve what they have now. So let's now start playing with the piano, and I press the mode key and you can see that all these keys lit up to allow you to make a selection. And currently the third key on the left here, on my left, is lit, and this is actually the piano. So if I play now, I hear a piano. I was very surprised about the quality of this piano sound that is shipped with the Pico. It's very expressive, it's quite beautiful. It's a very large sound font. I think it takes about 2 gigs, so they sampled a whole lot of our different sounds of each key, I suppose. One thing that strikes, well, I think that strikes everyone when you start playing on the Pico is that the keys are so extremely sensitive. Instead of having to mash your fingers on it to get a hard sound, you just basically have to press it like this, or very quietly. Okay. Well, let's listen to another sound. So there is a physical model of a clarinet in here. You get there by selecting this key. And this doesn't work by just playing the keys. You also have to use the breath pipe. So. And again, I was very surprised about the expressiveness of the clarinet. I've never actually played any wind instruments. I'm a guitar player. And I thought it was just amazing how everything responded. So you can really do like inhale and exhale through the breath pipe. So from what I read, this allows wind players to do circular breathing while playing, which is something that I don't master at all. But it's nice to know that they thought of that. So you can see here that we've got this nice bass sound, and then you can switch octaves to switch one octave up. Of course, in the chromatic scale setup, you can go further than that, right? So this is, I think this is a chromatic scale setup. Yeah, this is a chromatic scale. So one of the other nice things of the Pico and any Eigenharp, I suppose, is that you can quickly switch to another scale. So to be able to do that, so the left-hand keys here allow you to configure the instrument. The right-hand keys allow you to do much more complex configurations. If you press on the second one here, then you're actually able to select the key that you're playing in. So in this case, this is the chromatic key. If I press the first button here, I will switch to the major key. And this is another annoyance. After you've made such a selection, you actually have to select the instrument that you want to play again. So it would be nice if it could automatically switch back to the instrument you were playing so that you don't have to do another manipulation. But one of the nice things about how the keys are set up, so let's switch to the piano now, is that you can easily play fifth chords like this. So this is a root and this is a fifth, like this. Or root, like this, right? Full chord. I don't know the name in English of this interval. Une tierce in French. Okay, so that's about it. I will cover more in a later video, but this already allows people to see a little bit what the Pico is like and what it sounds like. Thanks a lot for watching.